Professor. Today we are going to take a look at Frederick Douglass. He was born Frederick Augustus Washington Bailey sometime during February of 1818 in Talbot County, Maryland, to the single mother who was a slave. An important American figure in fighting slavery, Frederick Douglass changed his name to just that, from Frederick Augustus Washington Bailey, to help escape and elude the confines of slavery. He was an important national leader for the abolitionist movement, a testament against slaveholders' sentiment that slaves lacked intelligence to think or do for themselves. Some of the contributions Frederick Douglass had to modern societies and values were never more present than when he, as an orator, preached to people who would listen rather vigilantly that everyone should be equal in rights, no matter their race, creed, or gender. Frederick Douglass famously said, and I quote, "I would unite with anybody to do right and with nobody to do wrong," end quote. He often encouraged people to become responsible for themselves and their actions and to take hold of their destiny, to treat each and every person they met as an equal. Frederick Douglass empowered African Americans to develop their own skills and independence. He was instrumental in teaching himself to read and write. He later said, quote, "Knowledge is the pathway from slavery to freedom," end quote. Frederick Douglass encouraged dignity and self-respect. He promoted the values of brotherhood and equality through his autobiographies. He helped shape human rights in America as we know them today. In the infancy of women's suffrage in 1848, Douglass stood in the Seneca Falls Convention and said that he could not accept the right to vote as a black man if women were not given the same rights. Frederick Douglass was an advocate for the amalgamation and assimilation. He even noted that animals were often treated with far more respect and dignity than women's, African Americans, or Indians, and he worked tirelessly to change this effort. He was instrumental with the American value of integration. He served as an unelected black spokesman to the African American populations in America at the time. He encouraged involvement of black individuals in political leadership. Frederick Douglass held the office of Reconstruction in the Freedom Savings Bank. Frederick Douglass also became charge of affairs for the Dominican Republic, but resigned that position after 2 years because of disagreements with the U.S. government's policy. It is clear that Frederick Douglass fought tirelessly for the equality of all people, no matter their race, creed, color, or gender. This transferred through the American value system as we know it today.